This week's Forex forecast with one man. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on post notification. So over here, what we do is just very simple. We look at two concepts, that is pure price action, pure market structure, coupled with our sentiment tools, or what we call the quote report or the commitment of traders. So this week we are looking at gold. Let's dive into the analysis. So on gold, on the technical aspect, starting from the monthly, we could see gold has been extremely bullish over the years. And when the price got to 3,500, which is the all-time high, the price starts to consolidate for the past 3 good months. So on the monthly, we could see that gold is basically just what? Consolidating. But this is what? A bullish consolidating. So what can we do? Let's take it to the weekly time frame to see what we can get. Now on the weekly time frame, it is pure and it is clean that gold has been what? Ranging over the past few weeks. It has been what? It has been in a crazy range over the past few weeks. So on the weekly, technically, there is nothing much to do than to go on a more lower time frame to see if we can get an entry. Now, on the daily time frame, still gold is in a very nice range, up, down, up, down, up, down. We are just in a range. But when we look at what the daily is giving us, we could see that after this impulse, after this impulse, price has basically just been in this range. So how can we further break down this to be able to get what? A trade analysis. So we could simply take it that after this low, after this low, price had an impulse, and after the impulse, we've been in a range. So technically, price has created high, low, and we've created what? Another higher high. So how can we map these levels on this daily chart to be able to break down the charts further? So what we can see here is that after this impulse, there was what? A level that was broken, and this level is right here. This level is right here. And after that, we could see that what all that the price has been doing is in a nice range. We moved to the top of the range, we dropped, we moved, we dropped, we made an attempt, we dropped, and currently price looks like it is making an attempt to go higher again. But does that mean we are just going to jump into a buy and buy to the up? No, let's break it down further to a lower time frame to be able to get what? A trade setup. Now, on the 4 hour, very simple. When we go to the 4 hour time frame, things on the 4 hour becomes more simpler, which means that what? Gold has an upper level, a lower level, an upper level, and a mid level. So technical wise, all we could do here is to look at the 4 hour. And when we look at the 4 hour critically, there are three there's something nice you could see over here, which is what? This trend line on the 4 hour, that was what? Basically pushing the price up. Then we had a break of the trend line, form a falling wedge, dropped. And after this dropped, price looks like what? It is beginning to what? Reverse once again. But how do we find an entry on this pair? So for us to now look at an entry, since we are on the 4 hour, then we go to what? The quote report. Now, on the quote report, what you could see here is that for gold, the net position is positive. They are what? 223,596 net positions, which means that overall gold is what? Bullish. And when we look at the long side, they are what? 281,000 long positions, and they are just what? 57,000 short positions, which means that there are more longs in the market than what? Short. This idea tells us that what? We should be looking for more buying than selling. But when we look at net change, there is what? 29,000, negative 29,000 net change. The net change simply shows the immediate what? Trend, or the immediate movement, or the immediate positions that the large speculators are carrying out. So with this, it tells me that moving into this week, I should look for a potential selling opportunities. So when I go to my technical, I will then have to check if price is approaching a level of resistance for me to sell. Now, following this simple price action, all we could see here is what? Gold was moving on this trend line, broke the trend line, could not complete the entire move back to the middle of the range, and then we are now seeing a level of what? Reversal, or some sort of reversal. Now, how then do I now take a trade on gold coming next week? The data is telling me that what? My net change is negative, which means that temporarily gold is weak, but overall long term gold is what? Bullish. So what I can do here on the technical side is to map what? A level of resistance which is in confluence with the trend line. So this week, all I am expecting is very simple. Looking at what? Where gold has moved from, and then there is a change in trend where we're moving sells low, high, and we couldn't create a new low, but rather we changed to create a high. Hence, this level over here becomes a very important level to mark on the 4 hour. So gold on the 4 hour, all that we are expecting is basic things. One, if we see a selling pressure from this level, then we can take the reversal, which is to look for a selling confirmation from 3380 to 3382 range. If we see a selling confirmation like this, then we can easily jump on gold sales to stop loss above 92, and we can expect that since the data is telling us that this week there's a possibility that gold can sell, then if we see a selling opportunity from this 3380, 3385, we can easily sell gold, and first TP for gold is going to be 3334. And if the sales extends, then we can see gold drops all the way to 3316. and further drops further or further more to what? 3270. So gold this week, I am expecting a sell when I see the confirmation on the 4 hour. Another way to take a trade on gold is if the price breaks above this resistance and we had a retest, then gold will continue to buy all the way to 3340, which means that if gold breaks back above this trend line, a break retest the trend line, then the buyers will push the price all the way up again, which means that if I see gold, I see a confirmation break retest, I can take a buy to 3340. Stop loss for this trade is going to be based on the entry that we're going to have right over here. So gold this week, I'm expecting two simple things: a continuation buy. We have the sell zone, so we have two levels. If price gives me a confirmation from here, we sell. Now, going further to 30 minutes, which is a more lower time frame, then all we could see here is that what this week's price action is even more simpler. So all that we need is to get a confirmation, a sell confirmation from this zone like this. If you can get a sell confirmation from this zone, then we sell gold. Stop loss above the appropriate stop loss should be around 91. TP, first TP 3334, second TP 3315, and further TP could be the break of this level all the way back towards where the entire move has started from. So this week gold, I'm expecting sells, but another way for me to buy is if I see the price extends, break, retest, and form a bullish pattern over here for me to look forward further buy to the 4 hour resistance, which is for me to look for a buying opportunity above 3382. Confirmation comes and then I buy gold all the way up. So this week is very simple: clean and direct price action. If I see a sell, I am ready to sell gold all the way back. First TP almost 400 pips, second TP almost 600 pips with a 150 pips stop loss. We can easily get 1:4 sells after a confirmation, or if that does not happen, then we get a break above retest and then we continue to buy all the way to 3340 with a stop loss below this sell zone. So gold, technically, we can expect sells if we see the sell. Why? Because on the data, the coach report tells us that this week we should expect selling opportunity, which conforms to our technical to sell from this level. But if the sales fails, since gold is overall bullish and the sell fails, then we will have to wait for a break, retest, bullish confirmation from this level where we have a bullish confirmation, then we can scalp the buy all the way to the upside. So gold this week, that is all. Let's quickly take a look at oil. On oil, what do we expect on oil? So on oil, which is US oil, all we can see on the monthly is what oil has been what bearish. We've been dropping on oil for a very long time. And on the monthly, Price is also at the key level of support, and then we had a push to the upside. Now the question is, would this level push price to continue going down? We quickly move to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, things are more cleaner and simpler, but we move to the daily, and on the daily, all we could see is what? Oil has been dropping using this trend line for a very long time. The entire of 2023, oil has been dropping, and currently we are what? Here. So on oil, what do we expect to see? I am expecting more sales. I'm expecting that oil should buy from here to the upside, and from here I can look forward my selling opportunities around 75 down, around 75 down once again. So technically, what can we see on oil? We could see that after this drop, there is a change in character where price technically broke this level, came for a retest, and all that we've been doing is what? Ranging on the break of this level. So US oil, what we can do this week is on the 4 hour, we could see a very beautiful level where there was a break, an impulse, and we came, and all that we've been doing is ranging over here. So for me, US oil, I am expecting sales, but for this week, if I get a bullish confirmation from this zone, then if I get a bullish confirmation from this zone, I may take my buy from $66 per barrel all the way to $75 per barrel, and stop loss is going to be below $63 per barrel. So another way I can look for oil to sell is if the price continue to drop and break this entire zone, retest, then I can continue to sell all the way down. So another way is to wait for oil to break all this level, retest the level, then I get a confirmation, stop loss below, stop loss above the zone, and we ride oil all the way down. So this week, I'm still expecting oil to drop, but looking at the technical, oil can give me a confirmation from here, and then I buy all the way to the upside. If I don't get any proper confirmation on oil, because my overall bias on oil is to sell. So if I don't get any proper candlestick confirmation from here to buy oil to 75, then all I need to do is to wait to see how the price is going to unfold. And if I miss the buy from here, then all I need to do is to what? Sell or look for selling opportunities from this level all the way back to this zone. Stop loss above 77. So if we are able to see oil move all the way up, here is a very nice zone to sell oil once again. If we want to scalp and we get a confirmation from here, we can buy oil from here, stop loss below 2 hour. So oil this week also very simple. If we get a buy confirmation within this zone, we buy oil to the upside. And if we get a selling confirmation from this zone, then we sell oil from here all the way back to this 65, 64 area. So oil, very simple, very clean. If we are not able to get what? A buying opportunity from here to the upside, then all we need to do is very simple. wait for price to break, retest, and then we sell back to the downside. So we can have the market doing like this, where price drops, break retest, and we continue the selling. So oil, my overall bias is still to sell, and for scalping purposes, I can look forward to buying chances from here to the upside, stop loss below it. So this is all for oil, and this is all for gold. So gold on a more lower time frame, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If I see selling opportunities in this zone, I sell all the way down. Selling opportunities from here, we are going to sell all the way down or further down to this zone. If I don't see a selling opportunities and this bullish move is going to extend, then as simple as anything, look for buying opportunities above 3385. If I see strong momentum to buy, then I buy gold all the way to 3340. So very simple. This week, this is all that we have. This is the trade plan for gold. If I see sells, we sell. If I see buys breaking, then we buy. But my preference, looking at the commitment of traders this week, is for gold to sell within the week or even further extend all the way down. So I am 70% going to be expecting sales opportunities, but if it doesn't happen, then I will go in for the buy opportunities. So that is it. That is all we have on gold. So yeah, subscribe and turn on post notification. I'll be dropping detailed video on how to use the quote report to analyze your charts properly. So if you want that, subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you won't miss my video on code report. If you also want to join my trading community, all you need to do is to subscribe and turn on post notification so that you can send me a direct message and I'll add you to the group. Bye bye.